What's up, guys? This episode of Wrecks and Wrenches. Bet you're wondering what we're working on, unless you already watched the beginning of the video, but here's our project today. It's a 1977 Chevy Camaro, base model, nothing special. It has a 305, 350 trans. Originally picked it up off a guy real cheap, and it's right down the road from my house, so he doesn't really want me working on it in his yard. So we're gonna try and get the tires aired up and get it towed over to the house today, and hell, let's see if we can make it run. Alright guys, so I really haven't checked out this car that much. I've been waiting for the dude to get the title for me so it doesn't just end up sitting in my yard, you know? I want to drive this thing, maybe, if it even runs. But take a quick look. We got a little deal here. There's no key for the trunk, but well, they say you can tell a lot from a trunk. That's what worries me. We got air cleaner and hubcaps and a distributor cap and AC control stuff and body mounts, and we got a lot of stuff in this. So, ouch. Also looks like 2004 was the last, in registration at least, was 2004. You got some awesome bumper stickers. What's this one? When life gets tough, the tough go fishing. 89 KUPD, local station, Fisher, Arizona, and something powered. Bumper stickers. I love bumper stickers. They're cool. I'm looking at this thing. It's got 3 of the matching wheels. One's gone. But I don't have a compressor here. I have one at home, but not here. And it's electric, and there's no power over here. So probably jack it up, pull the front tires, run them to the house, try and air them up, see if they air up, and then, you know, go from there. I have to find somebody to help me tow it, unless I'm gonna convert myself into 2 people somehow, but God, I didn't even notice. Look at that pile of sand. Like, that's gonna make this car 20 pounds lighter by just cleaning it. Well, it looks like I can't get under the cross member because it's just so buried right now, but just go from this front. See how buried this car is, or just sits so low. Well, my jack's just freaking sinking. I guess we'll try and stuff a log under it or something. Hold it up so I can get a different spot. I don't know. Like I said, this thing is way buried. Oh, dang. Oh, that's nice. Okay, see if that works. Good enough for me. Ugh. Yeah, she sounds good. Just in case she sinks. And here's the mismatched wheel, of course. I got these weird, old, real tiny deals on them for the mags, but they're steel with big holes. I don't know what the point behind that was, but we're gonna find out, or we'll just get rid of the rims. Well, looks like we still got brake pad and everything, and it's all there. It's not giant holes of rust, so that's a plus. Let's see what the other side looks like. Oh yeah, somebody replaced the pads on this. Sweet. Okay, front tires, got those zipped on. Now comes the real challenge, the back tire. One of them's flat, one's not, but the one that's flat is in really sad shape. Okay, well, I don't really recommend this to anyone, but this car's kind of beat, so you gotta jack it up on the rocker in order to get enough space just to get the jack under the car. So, oh yeah. Yeah, little love bends. Ooh, yeah, we're gonna stay there. Gorgeous jack is just sinking away. There. Now we're at least somewhat on the actual pinch weld. Yeah, that's just bending too. Let's get a block of wood. Well, that should at least keep it from sinking too much. Let's get this tire off. Doesn't seem like people like to put matching lug nuts on. Okay, there's that one. Oh, ho, ho. We got air shocks. Oh, the shoes are tight. Oh, they're good. Looks like it's missing a hold down. Yeah, they're good. All right, let's take this tire, see if it'll go air up, and looks like the other one's already holding air, so next thing, we just gotta find somebody to tow us home. Okay guys, I'm really sorry about this wind. It is just ridiculous. You can see why it might not air up, or at least hold air. We'll see. Oh. Sorry, switch hands here. Oh, it's accepting it. It's accepting air and it's not just pouring out like crazy, so we might have a holder, we'll see. Well, here we are, finally got somebody to tow me, and I'll tell you guys what, this interior is right, man. Like, oh my gosh. kill a guy. But yeah, we're almost to the house now. We got the Camaro home, and then, you know, it decided to snow, which was great. So we're back out here today in our bombing like 35 degrees, which is fantastic. But I thought I would try and show you maybe a little more while I can, and may try and clean it up or something today. See what we can get done, you know? Might as well do something, right? All right, so I'm gonna show you guys the engine bay, which Camaros are great because you gotta reach way down here. Always have to bend down to get to that latch, but without a grill, you can just reach right through the hole. Yeah, that's great. All right, I gotta figure out how to do this one-handedly. Maybe not. Sure. I didn't break it. Oh yeah, we got, oh man. What did I buy? Jeez, look at that. That is just perfect. And as you can see, looks like they've ate off just about every spark plug wire. And oh man, how's that carb look? Oh, okay. Well, they at least covered it with a bag and a towel and a rubber band, but it doesn't move at all. I can only imagine why. Kind of cleaned down it, I think. Still has all the AC stuff, so that's nice. Let's see. 305. Well, that's not terrible. I mean, oh yeah, no spark plug wires on that side either, so. It's just, it's good. Not really, but I mean, yeah, no, it's, yeah, I bought a piece of junk. All around, I guess not terrible car for this day and age at least. Got it for a killer deal from a guy down the road. He said it had been sitting for at least 16 years. And then on top of that, he had pulled it out of a lady's backyard when he got it. So it was sitting for however many years on top of that. And then, you know, we drug it over here and giving it kind of a look over, see what we're kind of looking at, and let's see if we can clean it up and get it running. But first thing we got to do, gotta get all that rat crap out of that motor, because it's caked. So we're gonna see what we can do. Maybe chip at it or something, I guess. All right, so first things first, we gotta chip away at this stuff because it's bad for sure. But I couldn't find my good old face mask, but I got one of these fancy jackets this year, so figured, hey, it's got a built-in one. Kind of, but I'm gonna try and chip away at this stuff, and then we're gonna vacuum it out of here and kind of try and clean this up enough to at least get to this carburetor and, you know, all this crud.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is just gross. Man, this is gonna kill my vacuum. And my girlfriend's gonna kill me. What did I buy?
right, guys, as you can see, we're making some progress here. It's looking good. I mean, we still have tons of just everywhere. Back behind the tranny, they really pack this thing. But I also can't stress enough, when you are cleaning on this stuff, make sure you have something protecting your face. You know, this really isn't. You need respiratory paint stuff and gloves. Don't touch your face. But, you know, can't stress it enough. Make sure you wear proper face mask, gloves, stuff like that whenever you're cleaning on these old cars and dealing with it, because you don't want to catch something or, you know, get sick and end up in the hospital. Nobody would be happy, and then you don't get to work on your cars at all. Okay, guys, so we're going to just keep cleaning away on this, and once we get it all cleaned up for the most part, we'll get back to you. We're getting somewhere. I can actually see the battery tray finally, and then we can actually get down to the spark plugs. You can see, as I was saying, they ate every wire right off that thing. Yes, I put some gloves on because this was getting really gross. Then we got most of the intake there and stuff like that. I'm going to try and just get it to where I can access everything. And then, maybe we'll see how that is. And because I don't have a pressure washer here. So real quick, we'll just spray all this down. Little PB blaster there. And I'm sure that's nice and stuck. Hell, I haven't even seen if this motor can turn. You think it turns? Let's see. Oh, dang. She turns over like butter. This might be a runner. Check out this score we just got. So, we stopped at O'Reilly's, got some spark plug wires, brake fluid, a little bit of ATF. I don't really know what else we need there, but check out all these rims, man. So these are all off an old dirt track car, and actually a guy down the street, he just more or less, been sitting in his yard forever, and he was like, well, if you want them, you can have them. So I gave him a couple bucks, and he let me load up my car with what I could fit, which, yeah, they're all really beat up. Some of them are mismatched, and the tires are totally shot, but free rims, how can you complain? And we're just throwing them on this beat up old Camaro, so we're gonna get at it. We gotta check, make sure these are the right bolt pattern. He said they came off a Camaro, he thought, so I'm at least gonna slap them on there, make sure they can bolt up, and then we're gonna go from there. Try and get her fired up today, and maybe we'll run down to the shop and slap a couple tires on these. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Went flat right after we got it here, but start testing these rims behind me and see how many I got wrong. Rim number 1. It fits. A little wallered, but it'll work. That's one good one. Rim number 2. It fits too. I think we're doing good here. Number 5 also fits. Well, 5 of them fit. I only got 2 others. I'm just going to take a wild guess they all fit, so on that note, looks like we got some cool wheels for the car. At least they look better than these stock little 14s, and 3 of them match. One's totally mismatched, so we're going to try and get some spark plug wires on there, maybe throw a little brake fluid, tranny fluid at it. Heck, might even try and throw some gas at it. We'll see. This one's actually been real easy on me, so I don't know. I feel like it's about to bite me in the butt. So as I'm sitting here trying to chip away at this petrified mouse poop on the distributor here, it looks like they actually marked 1 and 8. So on that note, I'm just gonna assume they're right, because I don't know, I don't want to dig my hands down there and get some rat poop in my motor. So we're just gonna try it, and yeah, we're gonna hope they didn't lie to us and that see what happens, I guess. So I'm just gonna start pulling these petrified mouse poop frickin'. Ew. God, this car's gross. And if you're wondering why I don't just bust out the water hose and start washing this thing, it's because right now it's so cold and we're supposed to expect freezing weather tonight, that if I do that, I gotta winterize my hose and all that kind of stuff. And that's a lot of work. My hose is all the way in the backyard. I don't feel like running 2 hoses all the way around the house just to freaking wash this. Like, it's a lot of work. So we're doing this the laziest way possible right now because it's a Chevy. So if it doesn't run from this, then it's just broken at that point. Yeah, you know, just get in there real good and make sure you're real careful with your distributor caps, you know, because they're fragile. But yeah, those terminals are clean enough. Well, let's throw some spark plug wires on her. All right, guys, so we got them switched out, and as you can see, there's what's left of our spark plug wires, and they're just bits and pieces pretty much is all that's left. I'll show you real quick. Here's the motor, and we got those new wires. Something I am totally amazed by is not a single hose on this thing was chewed on. Like, all of them. And somehow they ate all the spark plug wires. So, but we got those all together, threw a couple zip ties on them, make them a little prettier-ish. But, guess it's time to maybe try and turn it over, see if she'll fire up. Okay, guys, well, I mean, honestly, this thing's been super easy, so we're gonna see what happens right now. Got spark plug wires on it, got that carb working a bit. We're gonna throw a battery in it and see if she cranks, I guess. So let's see what happens. See if it just goes up in smoke. Other way, maybe. Sure. No smoke, so that's a positive. Heck, we got a door dinger. Okay, so the key's not wanting to turn. It's like halfway and then it stops. It'll turn the car on, but it won't let me engage the starter. So I'm gonna take and mess with that real quick, see if I can get it working, and we'll go from there real quick. Okay, guys, so for some reason that solenoid just won't turn over. It's locking. So instead of doing it right and messing with it, because I've been messing with it for about 2 minutes, so I'm just over it, we're gonna run a jumper wire. Okay, so we're just gonna take this jumper wire and run the whole thing straight from the battery to inside the car, which we could run it off of the fuse block, but this thing's so gross. I really don't want to try and lay down on the carpet that much or nothing, you know. I'd much rather get this thing down to the car wash, pressure wash, heck, inside and out, and you know, then worry about stuff like that. This is a will it run, not, you know, will we restore it. So will it run and drive, hopefully. So we're just gonna take our wire here, tie it to our positive battery cable so we have an idea. And then, you know, just kind of weave it through whatever holds it down best. Hoses, what? Okay. That side somewhat ran. It's not pretty. Hey guys, there you can see, got tied around the positive terminal and just ran throughout there, and we got to run down into the firewall right there. So, you know, not pretty, not perfect, but hey, it works. And then if we need to, we could splice off of it to hook into our distributor. Okay guys, so here we go. If you can kind of see here, here's our wire we ran through the firewall. We just tied it around our brake release. As you can see here, can't turn it back to lock. It beeps. Once you turn it, it stops right there. So, alright guys, so we weren't having any luck under here. I was just sitting here cutting and messing with wires and crap, and either somebody's been in this car or the rats got to it. One way or the other, it's just, I don't want to deal with all that right now. Sun's gonna go down, and you know, I want to see if this thing will run. Alright, so what we did is we came over here. We just ran a wire straight up from the starter there to our battery here, and let's see. Well, she turns. That's a big positive. Okay guys, I didn't check spark, I didn't do anything on this car. All I really did was clean up all the rat crap, throw some spark plug wires on it, and run a wire from the starter up to the battery. And threw a battery in. I did that too. Don't forget that. But let's see if she fires. I'll spray a little starting fluid down it, turn the key on, and try and jump that starter over and see if anything happens, I guess. Alright guys, supposedly the key's hot. At least the dash is on. I got a wire from the starter and a little starting fluid, so see what happens. Holy shit! You guys hear that? It really just ran. It really just tried to run. Holy crap. Oh man, we gotta try and fill the float bowl. I don't know if that was filling the float bowl or just dumping gas straight down it. Kind of sounds like it's dumping straight down it. It's idling. Oh. It died. Alright, man, so that wire, you know, for starting it, that bought us for a second, but I mean, can you believe it? Because I sure barely do. We literally vacuumed up some rat crap, threw some spark plug wires on. Hell, I didn't even check the firing order thing. I just went off of what they wrote on the distributor under the pound of petrified rat poop. Looby doobied the throttle linkage a little, and that's it, guys. That is literally it. That's all. I didn't even put tranny fluid in. I didn't put brake fluid, nothing. So now we got to get it driving, of course, but can you believe that? Like, holy crap. We made it back this, it's not really this morning anymore. It's the next day. It's the afternoon, but had to run around, get a couple things done in this morning, and went. Got 4 tires mounted, as you can see. Stole some more fuel line from an RV, just because that works the best. Picked up a couple gallons of gas, oil filter, some brake clean. Yeah, brake clean. I was thinking brake fluid, but I already got brake fluid yesterday, and I didn't use it because it's full. So, also picked up a can of spray paint just cause, and some new lug nuts. They didn't have all of them. They only had enough to put 3 new ones on each wheel. But you know, 3 is better than none. So we're doing positives, and then yeah, we're gonna get these wheels and tire. First, we're gonna throw a coat of paint on these guys, just because they're not the prettiest. I already had to bend them back with a wrench to make the bead seat, throw some bead sealer on them and whatnot, because they're old, like we were saying earlier, you know, they're old dirt track car wheels, so they just get beat up, you know, the beads get all mashed and mangled from hitting stuff, and these things will probably shake and wobble down the road, and I didn't even try and balance them, so. But we're gonna get started, get these things, throw a coat of paint on them so they can start drying to get them thrown on the car. We're gonna get a fuel system kind of thing. We need to check the fuel pump first, but then we're gonna hobble that together. Find some oil. We got a filter, but I didn't grab any oil because that's expensive right now. So we just grabbed a filter, but yep, that's what we're gonna get started on. So get this hood popped open and get this fuel pump figured out, fuel system figured out, and go from there. Throw some paint on these wheels real quick. The wheels here, we're gonna take and hit them with a little sandpaper. This is for an actual sander, and yeah, I'm not gonna try and fit a sander in there, but you know, just gonna scuff them up just a bit, and if you want, you can make some like noises to make it feel more like a sander, so you're like, that sometimes helps. But you know, like I said, we're not real particular on these rims or nothing. I'm just scuffing them so the paint will stay a little bit. But we're just gonna stuff those all up there. You know, that's okay. I'm, like I said, really not that concerned with these wheels. They're just an old set of rims that I got for $5 for the set. So could I make them nice? I could make these pretty, but the biggest issue is these back ones. I don't know if you can see, they've got a triangle pattern in them. These front ones here, they've got circles. So yeah, I don't care to make them nice because they don't match. So yeah, that's my choice. Often make it better. I highly doubt it, but you know, have high hopes for your cars. So I just got some satin black, you know, that good old Rust-Oleum from Walmart. So we're just gonna, I only got 1 can for all 4 rims too, so we're gonna spread this well. But I mean, if you really want to get, you know, caring, you could take a piece of paper and use it, hold it around so you don't paint your tire, or paint them before you mount them. That's another one. But yeah, we're just gonna that should be good enough. You got the tire right there too. So, you know, there we go. We're gonna real quick do that with the other 2 and get all a nice coat of rim. Yeah, nice coat of rim. I'm not good with the whole words thing, if you can't tell, but Gonna get another coat of paint on all these rims so they can start drying and get on the Camaro behind us. Stay tuned. There's number 2. Here's the back ones, which they're white and they're a lot more beat up than the front ones. I had to bend the whole bead back with a big old adjustable wrench. And so yeah, you know, but overall investment on this, these tires, totally shot. They're junk, they're bald, but they're wide. And I don't have any 275s laying around. So backs, we're going with a 275 60 15. The fronts, we are going with I think a 195 60 or 65 15, something like that. But you know, one's gonna be real. Oh, I just got paint all over. Wow, those got white. All right, that's clean enough, I guess. So, 3 down, 1 more to go. Alright, so this last rim here is probably the worst of them. It's got a bunch of grease on it and stuff, so we're gonna clean it up the best we feel like. Can't say can, because we could make it nice if we wanted, I guess. You can see right here, it got bent pretty good, and bent that back with the wrench and called it good. So see how the brake clean does, I guess. Spray a little on it to break it up, or try to loosen it up before I run out of brake clean. I mean, it's definitely cutting through it. It's far from good, but it's good from afar. So, spray it up and call these good. Get on this car. I want to. Well, that's good to me, so go set this in the sunlight. That's number 4. Let's get on that Camaro. Okay, so first thing, might as well do the simplest thing, right? Take our 50-50 mix here, and we're gonna fill up this radiator, or at least try to. Ugh. Man, that cap's on there. What the heck? There it goes. Guess I wasn't pushing down hard enough. And I always pick up the concentrated and then mix it, so, you know, I feel you get more money worth out of that. You get 2 gallons instead of 1. But I know with some stuff you can't always buy concentrate. $1 gallon exactly. It's right at the top right now. Let it simmer down, work its way through the rust and dirt, you know. All right. Well, we're gonna let that sit for a little bit. Start getting this fuel system figured out, so maybe we can get some fuel pressure going, and hopefully also not just fuel pressure there, but try and get oil. Yeah, oil pressure. Man, I'm just, mind ain't here today, guys. I'm in outer space. Well, it's still sitting there full for now, so we're just gonna put the cap on so we don't spill it when we're underneath there. And let's get a new fuel line on there and try and see if we can get this fuel pump working. Which, standard Chevy fuel pump, it's way down here. Here's a nice, pretty long new one. And, I don't think this car was meant for a gas can to ride. But it's about to. Ooh, you got a little split on there. Helpful tip, always carry a pocket knife. They come in handy for more than you think. Not just what people are all trying to make you believe in self-defense and crap. I probably use my pocket knife 4 times, 5 times a day in my pocket. That's just for like normal stuff, you know? Cutting hoses, scraping things off, eating dinner. I use it for just about everything. It's still a little split, but we'll call it good. Make sure you blow it out so you ain't sucking up a bunch of dirt when you put it on that fuel pump. Okay, well, fuel line's all connected now. Radiator's all full. Now we just need to run this fuel line into a gas can, see if it's picking up some fuel, see if it'll idle for a little while, and then go from there. Rims are about done drying, and you know, need to check the oil real quick, see how much oil's in, make sure it's not bone dry or something whenever we started it. So we'll look at that real quick. Oh, well, fancy that. She's right on the full mark. Smells like old gas. That's okay. Doesn't look all milky or watery or nothing, so that's a good sign. Alright, so we're gonna put a gallon or 2 in my gas can and put it underneath the car for right now. And fire it back up, see if we can get it to idle for a little bit, and start pumping fuel up to that carburetor there. I was just about to fill up this gas can, and this thing's got a big old split right there. Good thing I didn't just waste my liquid gold. Alright, got the gas can under there, got the fuel line in. Gonna pour a little bit in a cup or something and try and fill up that float bowl again. And we'll fire her back up if she'll still run. Okay. Carburetor's got some gas in it. Got my starting fluid just in case she starts to die. Keys back on. Ground's reconnected. See if she starts. Dang, she's a runner, man. Well, the carb's squirting, so it filled up. Afraid we might have a stuck lifter. It's still kicking at me. Hold it. It's idling. So it's in gear. Good thing I've got a jack under one side and bricks with no tire on the other, because it just tried to take off. Well, hey, we know the fuel pump works. It smokes, obviously, which I didn't put any oil down it. I didn't do anything. This is just a beat up old car to me. This one, it doesn't matter that much. I want to do more than just this motor. Big plans one day, maybe, who knows, or I sell it. Well, she's sitting there just idling away and it revs up, and I'm amazed. I'm just dumbfounded. So I guess what we'll do is let it run through here for a sec, then we're gonna, well, we should drain the oil, shouldn't we? See what it looks like while it's running. She's a runner, man. Just purring, other than that one lifter. Sure, I don't know if you can hear that. It's just consistent though. Well, sounds like it might be starting to free up a little. It's only a 305 in this. If it was a 350, I would have put a little more love into it, a little more care, but it's a Chevy 305. I'm sure it's got a lot of miles on it with the shape of the Camaro. So really, I just wanted to run and drive and maybe drive it around town. It smokes a bit, so all that means is, you know, she needs some heavy duty oil stabilizer, 3 quarts of it. We'll see. So I'm gonna shut her off real quick before all that crap around the motor starts catching fire or something. And yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do yet, but we're probably gonna get the tires and rims on now. All right, guys, let's get these tires switched out. And no hunting for a socket. Okay. Here's that old ugly one. And here's our new ugly one. I mean, that does look way better, in my book. Tires are old and junky, rims are old and junky, and it's only gonna have 3 new lug nuts until O'Reilly's gets me more. So, for what I got, and so far $5 for rims and like $10 for lug nuts on each. If I would have went and bought them online, probably $10 for lug nuts, but there, everything, I mean, no, they're not perfect, but man, will it look nicer. So there's 3 of the new ones, and I don't know why they put 4 in a package and not 5. There's not that many 4 lugs out there. Well, unless you're doing 8 lug, I guess. But there we go on that. I guess we'll throw at least 2 of the old ones on it, because they're dual style, so they'll at least hold it on there. So yeah, that's totally blown out on the steering, and I pray we don't wreck. But there's that one. Get her set down and on to the next. All right, guys, on to the back one. There's that one. Oh my goodness, this one's heavy. The new one. Oh yes. We went stupid wide. It sticks out way past the fender, yes. Does it look totally awesome to me? It does. Thank you guys for asking. Perfect. Let's set her down and see if it rubs all right. So I was already planning on it because these are already so bald and messed up, and they're tread's starting to peel a little. So we're gonna pull them back off. I've got a hair smaller ones that have good tread that can be driven on, so we're gonna mount those guys up instead. Check the fuel tank. It seems totally bone dry, so I'm gonna keep the lazy way going with this one, and we're just gonna pour a bunch of gas in it, throw a filter in front of the pump, and try and blow the line out. Maybe go from there. Hopefully it'll just pull fuel and ain't got nothing to worry about, like the line or anything being rotted in the tank. Hopefully not, but you know, try that, see if we can get fuel from the tank so we don't have to have a gas can under the hood. Okay guys, so we just bought a brand new fuel filter because I know I've got a couple laying around, but I can't find them right now. So I'm gonna get this all put into the line here and see if we can't pull from the tank. Hopefully it's not, you know, all nasty and full of crud, but it seems pretty good. All right, got that line ran from the pump back, or from the tank through a filter back to the pump. So we're gonna fire it up here in a sec and see if she'll run again. All right guys, I think we got everything we need to take it for a quick drive around the block. We're losing light, it's getting cold, so we're gonna hurry up and fire it up, try and go for a drive. Hopefully the shifting linkage and everything works. All right, we're about to completely run out of daylight, so I'm gonna try and just start it in gear real quick and see what happens. Hopefully it'll back up, I guess, because still have no clue if the transmission even works. Turn it on, hold the brake, kicked right into gear. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna have to shut it off. Give me 1 minute. I gotta put in drive. If anything, tomorrow we'll get a better video for you guys. I'd just like to drive it tonight. It's driving, guys. Holy crap. I don't know if you can even see it, but she's cruising. I mean, you can smell old fuel and everything, and it's terrible, but it's great all at once. She actually cruises pretty good so far. I mean, she squealed when I was turning real sharp, so obviously she needs power steering fluid, but here it is. Even one headlight's working. So the other one's broken. Knew that wasn't gonna work, but we're gonna at least go for a quick drive around the block. Try and eat up some of that old fuel, I guess. And yeah, we'll get a little better video tomorrow. Maybe we could do a burnout or something. But as of for tonight, this is all we could get. Well guys, I know you can't even like see my face. You can barely see the trees and crap, but it made it home. There's some kids down playing in the baseball field, so I went down there and did a couple brodies on the snow for them and almost broke it, but you know, we made it back, and we're having a grand old time. So we're gonna get her parked for the night, in the morning, I'll take her for a drive and really show you guys what's going on. All right, guys, well, we're driving this thing down the main road, trying to get to the gas station real quick. So, you know, she don't run great, but she's driving. Look at that. She's registered and driving down the main road. So, you know, it still needs work, but hey, it's driving. All right, so a couple things that got done on the car that I probably haven't showed you guys. One, this came with the car, actually, was the whole louver set. It's missing the hold down on one or two little things, but, you know, we'll get that. Also, here on the inside, we got new seat covers, which I'll try and show you those a little better. They smell fancy. We cleaned that center console up at one point, and, you know, it's just, it works. It's not nothing great or, you know, fancy, but hey, I drove it to work 2 days out of the week and it did awesome. So then show you real quick under the hood here, if I can get it open one-handed again. Now where do you go from here? Set you guys down. There. All right, show you a little bit what we're working with here. So under the hood here, we rebuilt the carburetor, and then we also got a brand new air cleaner for it. Did a fresh oil change, everything, got the new spark plug wires on. I do have valve covers for it and also headers, but can't put the headers on yet. Need collectors and bolts and stuff like that, and you know, I'm not no millionaire, so that's going to be on either next episode or here in a week. So, also stopped at the junkyard the other day and picked up a grill. I was like, awesome, 20 bucks, can't beat that. Well, it's not the right grill. This is for like your 78, 79, right around there. This car is particular 75, 74 to 77. So I have the late year, and looks like I'm gonna have to just order a new grill because this one is becoming hard to find, I guess. So we're gonna check it out. Oh, also did a little, you know, spray painting, made that look good. Another thing on the car, didn't mention, sorry. Right here, we got brand new shocks in, and I also built some about 2.5-inch extensions on top of the shocks. So that made it to where it's got that ride height that I wanted and everything. So now it's got a good stance. Right now it's on a jack, but it's got a hot rod stance to it. It's great. So we're gonna put just a little bit of paint. As you can see, I didn't tape it off perfect or nothing. I'm not trying to put $1 million paint job on it or nothing, or even that great of one. I just taped it off here and there. So we're gonna spray paint that a little and see how it turns out. Just got it done, and as you can see, looks way better. Not $1 million paint job, but definitely a facelift. That's what I want, you know. Looks good, makes the car look a little cleaner, and it gives it a huge facelift under the hood. So I'm good with it. It's good to me. On to the next thing. Okay guys, so next up on the list, one thing I have wanted to do to this car since the day I bought it was try and do some dual exhaust. And honestly, I don't have money for dual exhaust right now, so I got some nice glass pack straight through mufflers that we cut off of one of my friend's cars. And yeah, we're gonna see if I can do a budget friendly pair of dual glass packs on my car, just cause. So first thing though, we got to get this side loosened to turn it because it Y's over to the other side. I'll show you guys here in a sec. Under the car, you can see right here is the exhaust, and it runs over to this side and then comes over here to this. And so the plan is we loosen these up a little bit, and we're gonna whack it right here and turn this 90 to run right down through here, and then we'll whack the other one back here somewhere, and we're gonna put the muffler straight on it. So both our mufflers will be in this range, and then we'll just cap where it Y's over here. So hopefully that works out. We're gonna see, and I need a new regulator on my welder. It's leaking right now, but we're gonna do our best. So I'm gonna get cutting and we'll see what happens. All right, guys, real quick, show you what I did here, or try to. It's kind of hard under the car. So I whacked the Y pipe off that went from side to side. Then I turned that pipe backwards, and I took the long pipe that went from here to the back, whacked it off, and I'm using a section of it and another little piece, and then a little plate that I made here. I'm gonna butt off the Y pipe on this side, run it straight back on that side, put the muffler on this side, and I've got dual exhaust. So cheapest way I could find to do it. Okay, everyone, it's been a minute since I got a video in. We are on our way into town. I'm on my way to work. Kids are on their way to school. Dog's on his way to be a shop dog. But we're in the Camaro on our way to work. And we took it on about a 120-mile trip this weekend. And went to a car show. Took all the kids out. And, you know, did great. It's 65, shakes a little, not the happiest, but 115, loves it. So, would you call that running and driving? Because I call that a good running and driving car. Alright, guys, that's going to conclude this episode of Rex and Wrenches. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. And, you know, honestly, this has been one of my favorite projects. It's definitely a beater, and now I've been driving this car for, I want to say, close to a year, at least as a daily. Turns out it's a whole lot better than I thought it'd ever be. And yeah, the old bone marrow, as I've called it to everyone, and as its name has become, great daily. And so thanks again, and like, share, subscribe, and to everyone, hey, get out there and work on your projects. From Rex and Wrenches to you. Thanks again.